Let's just hang out for a second and see who wants to show up. Let's see. I'm going to check my phone to make sure you guys can hear me. Let's just hang out for. Awesome. Okay. Actually, let me do this. Gonna share it to my group. Why doesn't my group come up? Yeah. Okay. Awesome sauce. Actually, I would also like to share it to my page. So let me do that. Awesome. If I could stop getting notifications, that'd be awesome. Here we go. Inspired by Denise. Yay! 3 people are watching. Okay, so let me get started then. Perfect. Okay. So I got this question, hey Tammy, how to forgive what you cannot forget. Forgiveness is such a huge topic that, well, I teach, but also I get from women and men who have been through the ringer, right? The lies, the cheating, the yelling, the screaming has all been imprinted in your mind because for years, this is what you've been through. So you have a right to feel angry, hurt, pissed off, confused, frustrated. And the biggest advice that I could give to you is for you to feel those feelings, okay, and let them process through you and then release them. And I'm going to give you something at the end of this video to do that, to process them in a healthy way. Because walking on eggshells, trying to do whatever to please someone else in a relationship and not having your needs met isn't fair. You don't deserve that. You deserve to be loved, cherished, adored. So what about you? Where do you fit in this dynamic, in this relationship, right? If this has been a cycle for you where all you've attracted in relationships is this type of relationship where your needs are not met. It's all about the other person. You're doing whatever you can do to try to make this work and it doesn't work. When is it your turn to be happy, right? So how do you forgive what you can't forgive? So let me explain this. Let me explain what's happening here. Our mind is such a beautiful thing. It really is. But what happens is our ego, i.e. our mind, its only job is survival. It's to keep us safe. So it's comfortable in the known. And so that's what's happening here, right? Your heart is where your passion lives and your enthusiasm and all of the goodness and the luscious, all that lives in your heart, right? But the mind is just trying to protect you, what it thinks is protecting you, keep you safe, and that's what keeps us in our comfort zones, is our mind, our ego, right? The ego is where that, I was talking about it the other day, like the negative Nancy and the Debbie Downer lives. So when you can't forgive because you can't forget, it is the ego replaying that story in your head. That isn't fair. That's fucked up. I don't deserve it. All that, all those emotions are coming up. And so, yeah, there's not a way for you to forget what happened. So then it makes it more complicated for you to forgive. Okay. So there's this vicious cycle that's happening. And so once you understand what forgiveness actually, not only what forgiveness actually means, but what it does for you, this is when things just start to change and turn around for you. Okay, so letting go of the past releases you from the internal prison that you've put yourself in. Okay, because it's a choice to let go and move on. It's a choice. And as hard as that feels right now, through practices, through you doing certain things and releasing these emotions in a healthy way, it gets easier. Okay, so when we insist on holding on to something that hurts us, who does that serve? Think about that for a second. When you are not willing to make the choice to let go, when you're like, no, I'm right, he was wrong or she was wrong, it was messed up, that person did it to me, and I get it. Believe me, I get it. Because when I went through my healing journey and this process, one of the things that I remember was blaming my ex for destroying our family. So I was like, I didn't cheat. I didn't lie. I didn't do drugs. What part, like, what do I have to be sorry for? He's the one. And I was pointing the finger and saying, he's the one who lied. He's the one who cheated. He's the one who brought STDs home. Him. Never taking responsibility for my part in the relationship and what I contributed to the whole thing, and never looking in the mirror and looking at myself and thinking, wait a minute, Denise, like there was two people in that relationship. It's not all his fault. You have to look at what parts you played in this relationship in order for you to get past that blame, right? But I get it. And in the beginning, that's what you feel. Let yourself feel that. So, but think about it. Who does it benefit? Who does this serve when you're holding on to something that hurts, right? So there's a quote by Buddha that I love to share, and it goes like this: holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. And that's what this is all about, right? The more you hold on to this anger, the more you hold on to the past, the hurts, the more you go down this cycle of just hurting yourself. So now the other person is out of your life, so you really can't even blame the other person for the way you feel because you're not even together anymore. So now you have to take responsibility for the way that you feel. All right? So, and I want to give that to you right now. I want to give you I'm going to give you a link for you to do this in a healthy way, for you to forgive in a healthy way. And I also want to share something else with you. Okay, so the same master, so this is where I learned forgiveness from, was through my healing journey and also through what was taught by our great masters. So Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, all taught the same thing. And they all said that the solution, they gave this to us 2,000 years ago. The solution to healing is forgiveness. It's through forgiveness. And the only way to heal your emotional wounds, your past, is through forgiveness. There's no other way, right? And so that's why this is one of the four core pillars that I teach my clients, because you have to do it. And it gets easier. I'm telling you, it gets easier once you understand the whole forgiveness. Forgiving is not about saying to the person, okay, you were a DICK. It's okay that you're a DICK. I forgive you. Forgiveness is also not, okay, I'll let your behavior go. I'll let it go. It's in the past. And now I allow you back in my life on any platform. So social media, like anything. That's not what forgiveness means. Forgiveness is simply letting go of the past and knowing that what happened to you, one, happened for you, and that it's for you to learn from. And it's also that the other person, hurt people. So the other person is dealing with their own demons. And so this is what they spew out to other people, is that hurt and pain and anger. And you were there. You were in the relationship. There's so many layers to this, right? So I'm going to leave a link in the comments below. I want you to just take a look at my page. And what it is, it's completely free. It is the Heal Your Heart mini course. Discover how to find true love and be happier now. So what you're going to get in this 3-part mini course is you're going to learn how to stop attracting emotionally unavailable and toxic men so that you can attract your true love, right? You're going to step out of fear and anxiety after toxic relationships and into peace and calm. I'm going to show you this in this 3-part mini series. You're also going to learn how to build the confidence back up to trust and love yourself again using this 3-step process. And then releasing the heaviness that's been holding you back to finding your true love. Because here's what happens. When we are in these toxic relationships and we get out of these toxic relationships and we think, oh, well, he or she was a butthead and I'm just done, move on to the next, what happens is we repeat the patterns, and most of the time we repeat the patterns with somebody who's even worse than the person before. Why does that happen? Again, here you are asking yourself, I'm a good person, I have good intent, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm successful, why is this happening to me? It's not that it's happening to you, it's happening for you. So the repeated patterns and cycles in your life are like, hello, needing you to see. It's basically a finger pointing at the very thing you need to give attention to inside of you. Okay? That's what that pattern is showing you. It's something that you need to give attention to inside of you. Okay? So this link that I'm going to leave here in the comments below, you just put your name and your email address, say yes, show me how, and in this 3-part mini course, you're going to learn also my 5-minute meditation that supports you on your next level of healing your heart and step into your woman energy, your feminine energy, right? Because here's the thing, ladies, one of the reasons why you've attracted a cheater, a liar, a manipulative and controlling person, i.e. child energy, is because you're operating from mother energy. So would you agree that your relationships have been childish, that he acts childish? It's because you're mother energy. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. It's an awareness for you to recognize, like, oh yeah, I did used to say I'm not your mother, or right? Yeah. So it's just simply an awareness. And that's what I teach, is how to rise up into woman energy so that toxic men now run from you. It's that simple. Okay. So here is the link. Tammy, I will get to your stuff right now, my love. Here is the link right there. Okay, Tammy says, what if you already have been through the ringer and then the next relationship you discover they are an alcoholic, and when they get drunk, the man tells the woman that she deserves to be beaten. He doesn't ever remember half the conversations. Okay, so that's kind of like what I just said, right? An alcoholic, that falls into child energy. All right. Anybody who tells you that you deserve to be beaten, that's a freaking blatant lie. Don't ever believe that. That actually, you know what's coming up for me? That's what was told to him. And that's just, again, him spewing out his emotional poison. Because that's what these toxic people, they have this poison, this emotional poison inside of them. And then when you're on the other side of this, in this relationship, that's what's happening, is that they're literally spewing out that emotional poison onto you. Okay. And then that's where the choice comes in. Do I choose to accept this as a truth, like I deserve this? Or do I walk away and say, I don't deserve this. I'm worth way more than this. I deserve so much better. Um, she says, I did let it go. I learned so much from it. I also learned that after 10 months of counseling, you learn to notice the red flags. Then I get called cray cray. So yeah, learning the red flags are great. That is one of a great step to start with, learning the red flags. But learning about toxic people, narcissism, and abusive relationships, learning about it and healing from it are two separate things. So yeah, you definitely want to learn about it and recognize the red flags so that you walk away. But what happens if you do that, but then you see red flags everywhere? You see these people everywhere. Then what do? Right? So that's where the healing comes in, because once you heal from the past relationships, that's how you never attract this type of relationship again, by healing from it. Okay. And remember, that emotional poison that is being spewed out onto you is not yours. It's not yours to take. It's a choice that you say, I'm going to take that as a truth and I'm going to believe that, or no, that's your crap, not mine. I'm not taking that. So somebody calls you cray cray, says you deserve to be beaten, you deserve this, you deserve that. That's where there's a fork in the road and you choose, yes, I believe this, or this is a bunch of BS. Get out of my life. And then you go no contact. You completely cut that person out. I did a video on that last week, going no contact like a boss. All right, so this is going to be part one, because I'm going to dive deeper into this on tomorrow's live, because there's a lot of layers to this. So the first thing that I would do is click on the link that I put in the comments below. This is going to lead you to a page, which is my mini course. And basically what you're going to get is 3 mini training videos to you via email. All you have to do is put your name and your email address. You press yes, show me how, and then you'll receive the first one. And then like 2 days later, you get the second one, and so on. Okay. So, and then other than that, I will see you tomorrow, my loves. Have a great day.